The landing platform on Mustafar trembled beneath their feet. Padmé stood before him, tears streaming down her face, begging the man she loved to come back to her. "Anakin, please, I love you." But Anakin Skywalker was gone. In his place stood Darth Vader, eyes burning yellow with the dark side, fists clenched in rage. He saw Obi-Wan's ship, saw the betrayal. She brought him here. She brought him to destroy me. His hand rose. The Force coiled around Padmé's throat like an invisible serpent. Then, something cracked inside him. A memory. Her smile, her laugh, the promises they'd made in secret. His hand trembled. No, the word escaped his lips like a confession. His hand dropped. Padmé collapsed to her knees, gasping for air, alive. Obi-Wan emerged from the ship, lightsaber ignited, eyes wide with shock. He'd expected a monster. He got hesitation. "Anakin?" Obi-Wan's voice was cautious, hopeful, but Vader's rage returned. Not at Padmé, but at his former master. "You turned her against me. You have done that yourself." Obi-Wan shouted back. The two warriors clashed, blue lightsaber against red, master against apprentice. Padmé crawled backward, heart pounding, watching the man she loved spiral deeper into darkness. The duel raged across the landing platform. Sparks flew, metal screamed, lava bubbled below. Padmé forced herself to stand, one hand on her swollen belly. She couldn't let this happen. Not like this. "Anakin, stop." Her voice cut through the chaos. For a moment, just a moment, Vader's blade faltered. Obi-Wan stepped back, confused, watching. Padmé walked forward, ignoring the heat, ignoring the danger. "Look at me, please." Vader turned. Those yellow eyes burned with fury, but beneath them something flickered. Pain, confusion, fear. "You're having a nightmare, Anakin," she whispered. "Wake up, come back to me." "I'm saving you," he roared. "The Emperor showed me the way. I can stop you from dying. By killing me?" Tears streamed down her face. "Is that your plan?" "Because it almost worked." Silence. The words hit harder than any Force push. Vader's breathing became ragged, uneven. His lightsaber lowered just an inch. "I did this for you," he said quietly. "Everything I've done, then undo it." Padmé stepped closer. "The Jedi younglings, the Temple, the Republic. You can't bring them back. But you can stop right here, right now. Choose me. Choose us." She placed his hand on her stomach. Beneath his glove, he felt it. Movement. Life. His children. The yellow in his eyes flickered. "Padmé?" Then, a cold presence washed over Mustafar like a wave of ice. A dark shadow fell across the lava flows. An Imperial shuttle descended from the ash-filled sky. Obi-Wan's face went pale. "No, he's coming!" Vader looked up, and for the first time since his fall, Anakin Skywalker felt true fear. Palpatine had arrived. The shuttle's landing gear hissed against molten rock. The ramp lowered, slowly, deliberately. Obi-Wan ignited his lightsaber. "We need to leave, now." But Vader didn't move. He stared at that shuttle like a prisoner watching his executioner arrive. His hand, still resting on Padmé's stomach, began to tremble. "He'll know," Vader whispered. "He always knows." "Then fight him," Obi-Wan shouted. "Anakin, if there's anything left of you, fight." Padmé grabbed Vader's face, forcing him to look at her. "You're stronger than him. You always have been." "Thwarted. That's why he fears you." The Emperor emerged from the smoke, robed in black, hunched, smiling. "Lord Vader." Palpatine's voice dripped like poison. I sensed conflict. Vader stepped in front of Padmé, shielding her. Palpatine's yellow eyes narrowed. "How disappointing." "She's alive," Vader said. His voice was cold, but steady. "I chose mercy." "Mercy?" Palpatine laughed, a horrible crackling sound. "Mercy is weakness. Compassion is a chain. I taught you better than this, my apprentice." "Maybe he learned something you couldn't teach," Obi-Wan said, moving beside Vader, beside Anakin. The moment hung in the air like a blade. Two Jedi, one Sith Lord torn between light and dark, and the most dangerous man in the galaxy standing 10 meters away. Palpatine's smile faded. "I see. The Jedi has poisoned your mind. Again." His hands crackled with electricity. "Then you are no longer useful to me." The lightning came fast, aimed straight at Padmé. Vader moved faster. His crimson blade intercepted the attack, absorbing the energy. Pain screamed through his body, but he held firm. "Oh, run!" Vader growled at Padmé. "Run now." And for the first time since the fall, Anakin Skywalker stood against his master. Palpatine's face twisted with fury. "Fool, you dare raise your blade against me?" More lightning erupted, wild, uncontrolled, screaming through the air. Vader held his ground, but the energy burned through his robes, scorched his flesh. Obi-Wan attacked from the side. His blue blade slashed toward the Emperor's throat. Palpatine moved like smoke, faster than anything human. His own lightsaber, hidden beneath his robes, ignited with a hiss. Crimson met blue in a shower of sparks. "You cannot win, Kenobi," Palpatine snarled. "The dark side is stronger than your pathetic Jedi code." "Maybe," Obi-Wan grunted, blocking a vicious strike. "But I'm not alone." Vader joined the fight, red and blue side by side, pressing the Emperor back. For a moment, it almost worked. But Palpatine was a master of Sith combat. He spun, dodged, and countered with brutal efficiency. His lightsaber became a blur. He struck at Obi-Wan's ribs, forcing him back. Then he unleashed a force wave that sent Vader sprawling across the platform. You were supposed to be my greatest creation," Palpatine screamed. "I made you into a god." "And you choose her?" Vader rose slowly, blood dripping from his mouth. "You made me into a slave." Behind them, Padmé stumbled toward her ship. Every step was agony. She could barely breathe, but she had to survive. For the twins, for Anakin. Palpatine's eyes tracked her move. "If you will not serve me, then you will watch her die." He raised both hands. The Force itself seemed to crack open. Lightning, pure, blinding, unstoppable, arced toward Padmé's ship. Vader screamed. He threw himself forward, arms outstretched, channeling every ounce of his power into a Force barrier. The lightning struck, and Anakin Skywalker burned. Vader collapsed, smoke rising from his body. The lightning had torn through him, but Padmé's ship was intact. She was alive. Obi-Wan rushed forward, placing himself between Palpatine and his fallen apprentice. "Anakin, get up!" The Emperor laughed. How touching. The loyal master defending the broken apprentice. He circled them like a predator. "Tell me, Kenobi, do you forgive him for the younglings? For the Jedi Temple? For all the blood on his hands?" Obi-Wan's jaw tightened. "That's between us." "No," Vader's voice rasped. He forced himself to stand, leaning heavily on his lightsaber. "He's right. I don't deserve forgiveness." "Maybe not," Obi-Wan said quietly. "But you deserve a chance to make things right." Their eyes met, master and apprentice. Brothers who'd fought side by side through the Clone Wars, who'd saved each other's lives 1,000 times. "Together?" Vader asked. "Together," Obi-Wan confirmed. They attacked as one. Blue and red weaving in perfect sync, just like the old days. Obi-Wan's defensive form 3 covered Vader's aggressive form 5 strikes. They moved like they'd never been apart. Palpatine blocked, dodged, countered, but for the first time he was being pushed back. "Impossible," the Emperor hissed. "You are weak, divided." "We were," Vader said, his blade slashing toward Palpatine's chest. "You made sure of that." Obi-Wan pressed the attack. "But you made one mistake, Palpatine. You underestimated what we could do together." Their blades formed a storm of light. Strike after strike, move after move, the Chosen One and the Master of Sorsu fighting as one. Palpatine's eyes widened, just for a moment. Then he smiled. "Oh, my dear apprentice, you've forgotten something." He raised his hand toward Padmé's ship and detonated the engines. The ship exploded in a ball of fire. Metal rained down like burning stars. The shock wave knocked everyone back. Vader screamed, raw, primal, broken. "No!" But through the smoke and flames, a figure emerged. Padmé, alive. She'd gotten off the ship just in time. Palpatine's smile vanished. Persistent but futile. Padmé walked forward, limping, clutching her stomach. Every step was agony, but she didn't stop. She walked straight toward Palpatine. "What are you doing?" Obi-Wan shouted. She ignored him, her eyes locked on the Emperor. "You want him. You want Anakin." She stopped 3 meters away. "Then you'll have to go through me first." Palpatine tilted his head. "Brave, foolish, but brave." He raised his hand. "As you wish." Lightning crackled toward her. Vader moved, faster than he'd ever moved before. He threw himself in front of Padmé, arms wide, body exposed, and took the full blast. The energy tore through him. His screams echoed across Mustafar. But he didn't fall. He wouldn't fall, not while she was still in danger. "Anakin!" Padmé's voice broke. Obi-Wan seized the moment. He lunged at Palpatine, blade high, striking with everything he had. Palpatine blocked, but barely. The distraction had worked. Vader, still smoking, still burning, grabbed Palpatine's wrist with his bare hand. "You taught me power," he rasped. "You taught me to break chains." He squeezed. Bone cracked. Palpatine howled in pain, a sound no one had ever heard from the Emperor before. Run, Vader said to Padmé, his voice fading. Please, run. But Padmé didn't run. She picked up Vader's fallen lightsaber and ignited it. The red blade hummed in her hands as she stood beside Anakin, ready to fight. Palpatine staggered back, cradling his broken wrist. His face twisted with rage and something else. Fear, you dare, he hissed. Padmé's hands shook, but she held the lightsaber steady. She'd never held a weapon like this before. But for Anakin, for their children, she would learn. Leave him alone, she said. Her voice didn't waver. Palpatine's eyes shifted from Padmé to Vader to Obi-Wan. 3 against 1. The odds had changed. Anakin. Palpatine's voice became soft, almost fatherly. Look at yourself. You're dying. Your body is breaking. Only I can save you now. Only the dark side can give you the power to survive. Oh. Vader looked down. Blood soaked his robes. Burns covered his skin. Palpatine was right. Without help, he wouldn't last an hour. Come back to me, Palpatine urged. Fulfill your destiny. Together we will rule the galaxy. We will save Padmé, save your children. Isn't that what you want? Silent. Oh. Vader's breathing slowed. He looked at Palpatine, then at Padmé. She was crying, I don't need you to save me, Anakin. I need you to come home. The Jedi are dead, Palpatine pressed. The Republic is gone. There's nothing left for you but power. Embrace it. Vader closed his eyes. He saw the temple burning, saw the younglings' faces, heard their screams. He saw Padmé smiling on Naboo, laughing, free. He saw his children, a boy and a girl, faces, 3 lightsabers ignited against the crimson sky of Mustafar. Blue, red. Anakin Skywalker stood in the center. His blade no longer corrupted by darkness. The Kyber crystal had responded to his choice, purifying itself in the presence of genuine redemption. Beside him, Obi-Wan Kenobi held his weapon with the practiced grace of a Jedi master. And on his other side, Padmé Amidala gripped the red lightsaber she'd taken from the ground, untrained, afraid, but absolutely unbreakable. Emperor Palpatine stared at them, his yellow eyes wide with something he hadn't felt in decades. Fear. You think you can defeat me? His voice cracked with rage. I have studied the dark side for a lifetime. I have toppled republics. I am the Senate. I am the Empire itself. Anakin's voice was steady, calm. No, you're just a man who's terrified of dying. The words hit harder than any blade. Palpatine's face twisted. Then I will show you what true power looks like. He raised both hands. Lightning erupted from his fingertips, not a single stream, but a storm. White-hot energy cascaded toward all 3 of them at once, splitting and arcing through the air like living serpents. Obi-Wan moved first. His blue blade swept in a perfect arc, catching the lightning and redirecting it harmlessly into the molten ground. Form 3, he muttered. Defense! Always defense! Anakin lunged forward. His blade cut through the energy stream, splitting it down the middle. He moved like water, fluid, precise, unstoppable. Every lesson Obi-Wan had taught him, every battle they'd fought together during the Clone Wars, all of it came rushing back. Padmé stood her ground. She didn't know the forms, didn't know the techniques. But she knew one thing, she refused to fall. The red blade in her hands moved on instinct. The Force, though she'd never been trained to use it, responded to her will. The lightning curved around her like she was a stone in a river. Palpatine's eyes widened. Impossible! Nothing's impossible, Anakin said, closing the distance. You taught me that. Their blades clashed, red against blue. Master against failed apprentice. But this time, Anakin wasn't alone. Obi-Wan attacked from the right, his strikes measured and deliberate. Every movement was calculated, every block was perfect. He'd spent years mastering Sorsu, the most defensive lightsaber form in the Jedi Order, and now he used it to cover Anakin's aggressive attacks. Padmé circled the left. She wasn't fast, wasn't skilled, but she was smart. She watched, waited, and when Palpatine overextended, just for a second, she struck. Her blade grazed his shoulder. The Emperor screamed. It wasn't a wound that would kill him, but it was something he hadn't experienced in years. Pain, vulnerability, mortality. You're nothing, Palpatine shrieked. He unleashed a force wave that sent all 3 of them flying backward. Metal groaned. The platform buckled, lava bubbled and hissed below. Anakin hit the ground hard. Every injury Palpatine had inflicted screamed in protest. His body was breaking. The lightning burns. the exhaustion, the toll of fighting the dark side from within, but he couldn't stop. Not now, not when they were so close. He forced himself to stand. Obi-Wan was already up, moving back into position, and Padmé, pregnant, injured, barely able to walk, rose beside him. We end this, Anakin said. Together? Together. Obi-Wan nodded, just like old times. Padmé smiled through her tears. I'm with you. They charged as one. Palpatine met them with everything he had. His lightsaber became a blur of motion. He'd trained under the greatest Sith Lords in history. He'd mastered techniques that had been forgotten for centuries. He was faster than Obi-Wan, stronger than Padmé, more experienced than Anakin. But he was alone, and they were not. Anakin struck high. Obi-Wan struck low. Padmé thrust toward the center. 3 blades, 3 hearts, 3 souls united by a single purpose. Palpatine blocked Anakin's strike, dodged Obi-Wan's sweep, twisted away from Padmé's thrust, but he couldn't block all 3 forever. Anakin saw it, the opening, the moment. The single instant when Palpatine's defense faltered, he didn't hesitate. His blue blade slashed across Palpatine's chest. At the same moment, Obi-Wan's lightsaber cut through the Emperor's wrist, severing his sword hand. Palpatine's lightsaber clattered to the ground. The most powerful Sith Lord in the galaxy fell to his knees. Blood pooled beneath him. His breathing was ragged. His yellow eyes flickered between rage, disbelief, and something else. Acceptance. The Sith will never die, he rasped, looking up at Anakin. Even if you kill me, the Empire will endure. The clones obey Order 66. The Jedi are extinct. You've won nothing. Anakin stared down at him. For a moment, he saw himself, saw what he could have become. A broken, hateful thing consumed by darkness. Maybe the Empire will survive, Anakin said quietly, but you won't be there to see it. He raised his lightsaber. Palpatine smiled. Do it, strike me down. Do it, strike me down. Prove you're still a Sith. I'm not a Sith, Anakin replied. I'm a Jedi. And Jedi show mercy. He lowered his blade. Obi-Wan stepped forward, but mercy doesn't mean letting evil go unpunished. His blue lightsaber struck true. Silence fell across Mustafar. Emperor Palpatine, Darth Sidious, Supreme Chancellor, architect of the Clone Wars, destroyer of the Jedi Order, was dead. Anakin collapsed. His legs gave out. His vision blurred. He'd given everything he had left, and it still wasn't enough. Obi-Wan caught him before he hit the ground. Stay with me, Anakin. We need to get you help. Padmé dropped to her knees beside him, her face wet with tears. You did it. You came back to me. Anakin smiled weakly. His hand found hers, then moved to her stomach. We did it. All of us. He could feel them, faint, fragile, but alive. 2 presences in the Force, his son, his daughter, Luke, Leia. Above them, the sky roared. More ships were descending through the ash and smoke. Imperial vessels, clone trooper transports, reinforcements responding to the disturbance. Obi-Wan looked up, his face grim. We need to leave now. Padmé helped Anakin to his feet. Where do we go? The Empire controls everything. Obi-Wan's mind raced. The Jedi Temple was destroyed. Coruscant was Palpatine's fortress. The clone army hunted survivors across the galaxy. But there were places, hidden places, worlds the Empire hadn't reached yet. We disappear, Obi-Wan said. We hide, and we survive. Anakin nodded weakly. And then? Obi-Wan looked at them both. At Anakin, broken but redeemed. At Padmé, carrying the future in her womb. Then we rebuild. The Jedi, the Republic, hope itself. They limped toward the remaining shuttle. Behind them, Palpatine's body lay still on the platform. The Emperor was dead, but the Empire had only just begun.